5 Saints are on the floor wearing white. 5 Holy Cross players are on the floor wearing black. Merrick Small against Aris Dooney for the opening tip. It is won by Small and St. Francis. Fighting Saints are going right to left to start today's game. Third game of the week for St. Francis after they won both outings in the USF New Year's Classic earlier this week. And a foul is called on Nash Hostetler holding Aitor Anabadarte underneath the basket. 17 seconds into the game, we've got our first whistle. And then Fighting Saints will inbound from the baseline. Holy Cross thought they had forced a turnover there. So a tough break for them. Delshawn Sims will inbound here. Sims along with Joffrey Nunnally, Ramel Davis, Aitor Anabadarte, and Merrick Small make up the St. Francis starting lineup. Davis, nice bounce pass to Nunnally, but he's blocked from behind by Joey Garwood. Fighting Saints get it back. Here's Davis. Davis drives. Davis fights it up and scores. Starting 5 for Holy Cross today: Justin O'Neill, Nash Hostetler, Phil Robles, Joey Garwood, and Aris Dooney knocked out of bounds by Davis. It'll stay with Holy Cross. 19:16 to play first half. We're just underway here. Holy Cross entered today's game with a 2-3 record in conference, 5-7 overall as the three-pointer misses. Here comes St. Francis. Small over to Anabadarte. Aitor pivots, passes out to Delshawn Sims. Here's Merrick Small again in the post, under 10 on the shot clock. Turnaround jumper misses over Dooney. And the rebound goes to Holy Cross. Here's Phil Robles giving up to Nash Hostetler. Justin O'Neill out of Dayton, Ohio is the leading scorer this year. And he misses the little leaner. So Holy Cross still looking for their first points of today's game. Davis pulls up in the paint, gives it up to Sims. Sims gets the screen to his left, flings it out to Nunnally. Joffrey Nunnally drives on Joey Garwood. Nice stop in the lane, but he can't finish. Comes up short, rebound knocked out of bounds by Garwood. It'll stay with St. Francis. Shot clock resets to 20 as Sims gets it into Anabadarte, who lays it in. First points of the game for Aitor Anabadarte. He and Ramel Davis are the 2 leading scorers this year, both of them averaging 14 points per game. They each have 2 in this one. Robles gives it up to O'Neill. Justin O'Neill, step back for 3, short. He's 0 for his first 2 today as Merrick Small fights with Hostetler for the rebound and grabs it for the Fighting Saints. Joffrey Nunnally wide open in the corner. It's 7-0 Saints. Timeout called by Holy Cross. Everything else will be in the CCAC. First of 2 meetings with Holy Cross today. They'll take on the Holy Cross Saints in Indiana in about a month. Three-pointer for Garwood. It rims out. So out of the timeout, Holy Cross gets a good shot. Not able to hit it though. Merrick Small up top. Sets up the offense. Here's Delshawn Sims down to the post to Aitor Anabadarte. Along the baseline. Kicks it out to the open shooter. It's Sims. Short. Justin O'Neill takes it the other way. O'Neill backs in, kicks out. Hostetler for 3. That's short. Holy Cross still scoreless. They are 0 for 5 from the field. Small thought about the 3, gives it up instead. Sims over to Anabadarte. Aitor Anabadarte drives, lays it up and misses. So neither team was shooting the ball all that well early on, but obviously St. Francis has been a lot better than Holy Cross, who are still looking for their first points. O'Neal to Hostetler. Justin O'Neal fakes on Anabarte, drives around him, misses the layup. Looked like Aitor may have gotten that one from behind. Here comes Delshawn Sims ahead to Ramel Davis. Cutting Merrick Small off the glass, no good. Small 0 for 2 from the field. One of the best shooters in the conference, better than 62% per game. Here's Joey Garwood. Garwood step back, two-pointer, no good. Rebound Small. They are now 0 of 7 from the field. Joffrey Nunnally on the baseline, slows it down. Anabadarte gives it to Small. Merrick Small for 3. That misses, so Small is now 0 of 3 from the field. Neither team scoring right now. We got a little bit of a drought here. Holy Cross still looking for their first points of the game. Nearing 5 minutes in. Turnaround Dooney a little bit short. Good look for Aris Dooney. Seemed like maybe Holy Cross would finally get off the schneid, but it hugged the rim and then fell out. Here's Delshawn Sims on the wing. Around to the right side, Ramel Davis. Davis from the free throw line. High arcer is an air ball and out of bounds. And that'll take us to a timeout. 14:39 to play first half. Things are getting a little ugly over the last couple of minutes. We'll see if that's shaken out during this break. I'll step aside for a moment. In almost 4 weeks now. So they would like to break that streak today. They're very much in this game. St. Francis has missed their last 4 shots. Substitutions for both sides. A.J. Roseman in at point guard for Holy Cross. Roseman drives. Roseman off the glass. No good. Rebound grab by Ben Fatz. Fatz is coming off of his best St. Francis performance on Tuesday in the win against McPherson. He had 18 points. Most he's had in a game in his 2 years with the Fighting Saints. Fatz lobs it into the post for Aitor Anabadarte, and it's poked away by Joey Garwood. Garwood takes it the other direction. Pull up from the free throw line, short. They're 0 for 10 shooting. Delshawn Sims leads the Fighting Saints down the floor, up by 7. Nick Nego gets his first touch. Deep three-pointer. That's off. Going on 4 minutes without a point in this game. Here's A.J. Roseman. Garwood on the wing, guarded by Nego. Back to Roseman. Here's Nash Hostetler. Over to Davide Brambilla, freshman out of Italy. Throws it back to O'Neal. Shot clock down to 6 for Hostetler, who makes the three-pointer. Took them 6 minutes and 40 seconds, but Holy Cross is on the board and now trailing by only 4 points. Delshawn Sims over to Nick Nego at the top. Nego finds Ramel Davis outside near the sideline. Davis starts to make his move. Out to Nego, open 3. That misses. Rebound out of bounds. Staying here. .12:51 to play first half. Saints 7, Holy Cross 3. St. Francis keeps possession as they go back to their bench. Connor Casper is in. Sean Richardson enters the game for the Fighting Saints. Don Joachim is in as well. Inbounded to Casper. Now it's Richardson pulling up at the foul line, out to Nego. Fatz back to Joachim, 3 to shoot. Don Joachim steps back, has to fire it up, rims out. Rebound O'Neal. So St. Francis's scoreless stretch has gone over 5 minutes. O'Neal works inside on Fatz, fights for position. Wild shot, he missed it, and 3 Saints converged on the rebound. None of them could pull it in. There were no Holy Cross players around. but St. Francis could not corral it. So it's Holy Cross basketball. And a whistle blows, a foul called away from the inbounds pass. Somebody was grabbed on the weak side of the play. It's a foul on St. Francis, their first. It's our first foul called since the opening minute. That one goes on Nick Nigo. Inbounded to Joey Garwood. Garwood backs it up behind the three-point line. Over to Bembila. Now Justin O'Neill. Miscommunication with A.J. Roseman. O'Neill was planning on the cut. Roseman didn't see it that way, and so it's thrown out of bounds. Sean Richardson getting his first action in a game since December 13th. Holds it on the wing. And we've got a hold away from the ball. O'Neill, I think, is going to be called for the foul on Connor Casper. That's the first on Justin O'Neill. Corner three, Nigo, and that misses. He's 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. Saints have missed 8 straight shots. Bembila inside the three-point arc, misses off the back iron. These two teams so far in this game have combined to go 4 for 28 from the field. Off the hands of Richardson and out of bounds. St. Francis turns it over for the second time. For as ugly as this game has been, we haven't seen a lot like that. That's only the third combined turnover today. Second on St. Francis, one committed by Holy Cross. Roseman to Garwood. Back to A.J. Roseman, setting things up, driving on Richardson. Kicked off to the left. Joey Garwood swings it around. Justin O'Neill inside for Garwood. One-on-one with Nigo. Turnaround is good. Joey Garwood has his first 2 points. Snaps a drought of about 2.5 minutes, during which time neither team had scored. Holy Cross went 6 minutes 40 seconds to start the game without scoring. St. Francis has gone longer than that during their current stretch. There's 7 straight minutes without a point. Connor Casper finds Richardson. 5 to shoot. Ben Fatz working against Bembila. Throws it off the glass. No good. Kissed the rim, so the possession continues. Richardson for 3. Missed it. Rebound Fatz. Third chance for St. Francis. Don Joachim left all alone, and he misses the 3. And a loose ball foul called on the Fighting Saints. 10-10 to play in the first half. Just 12 total points on the board between these two teams. St. Francis led 7-0. They maintain a 2-point lead. They scored on their opening possession and have led ever since. Holy Cross can tie or take their first advantage with a 3. Roseman drives down the lane, kicks into the corner. Hostetler does indeed give Holy Cross their first lead. 8-7, an 8-0 run for Holy Cross. Timeout called by St. Francis. That's the only substitution he's made. Don Joachim grabs a seat. Looks like the same 5 on the floor for Holy Cross. Right, he gets his first touch. He also had a big game earlier this week, scored in double figures on Monday. A foul on Joey Garwood here of Holy Cross, away from the ball. It's their third, his first. Justin O'Neill grabs a seat for the first time. Ars Dooney, sophomore out of Greece, is back in for Holy Cross. Righty crossover, loses his footing. Ball on the floor. We've got a tie up. And it's going the other way. St. Francis turns it over for the third time. Joffrey Nunley is back in for St. Francis, first starter to return to the floor. Here's Garwood up top to Dooney. Hostetler tries the three, he's fouled. Sheer Moriarty got there a little bit late, so Nash Hostetler gets himself to the line for 3 shots. Hostetler's having a big first half. He's made 2 3-pointers, and now he's trying to make this a third, essentially. It'd be his third 3-point play if he makes all the free throws. Misses the first. Hostetler scores 6.5 points per game. 0 for 2 from the line. He's surprisingly bad as a free throw shooter. 5 for 14 this year. Senior out of Dublin, Ohio. He's a decent shooter from the field. Just has not been able to knock him down from the line. He makes 1 of 3. It's a 9-0 run for Holy Cross. They lead by 2. Ben Fatz gives it to Joffrey Nunley. Here's Moriarty on the wing. Hand off to Richardson. Moriarty, long 3, good. And St. Francis is back on the board after 8 minutes and 40 seconds scoreless. And despite going over 8.5 minutes without a point, they have the lead. Second made 3-pointer of the game. Roseman is fouled going up, and he's headed to the free throw line. A.J. Roseman at the line after the first foul called against Sean Richardson. Roseman makes the first free throw. Tied up at 10. A.J. Roseman's been effective coming off the bench this year. He has started a few games as well. Primarily the backup point guard, though, scores better than 11 points per game. He goes 2 of 2 at the line. Holy Cross is on top by 1. Aitor Anabadarte back in for St. Francis. Merrick Small is out there as well. Nunley bounces to Anabadarte. He turns to face the basket. Works inside on Hostetler. Good positioning. And he lays it in. 4 points for Anabadarte. St. Francis back on top, 12-11. Here's Davide Bembila with the layup and a foul. Second foul on Sheer Moriarty. And Bambila goes to the line for 1 shot to try to make it a 3-point play. He's also below 50% from the line this year. Freshman out of Italy. He's one of 3 international players on the roster. We've also got Aris Dooney from Thessaloniki, Greece. Karl Birgesson from Reykjavik, Iceland. We have not seen Birgesson yet today. Two-point lead for Holy Cross. Ramel Davis works his way into a double team, kicks it out to Sims. Delshawn Sims guarded by Phil Robles, bounces down low. Aitor Anabadarte. And Anabadarte is called for the offensive foul. Anabadarte has been throwing Nash Hostetler around inside the last few times he's had the ball. He's got a nice size advantage on Hostetler. He was showing it off, but that time Hostetler just left his body out there. Let Anabadarte throw him to the ground and got the offensive foul call. Hostetler's been guarding Anabadarte inside today. Aitor is 6'8", 220. Hostetler 6'4", 190, so a pretty big size advantage for the St. Francis big man. He's been able to use that to his advantage up until that last possession. Roseman finds Robles. Swung around to Justin O'Neill. O'Neill with under 10 to shoot. Drives on Anabadarte. One-on-one. Fighting for positioning. Blocked out of bounds. And last touched by O'Neill. Anabadarte picked up the foul on the other end. He couldn't afford to make it 2 in a row. O'Neill was really trying to force the issue. But Anabadarte held his own defensively. Ended up getting the block, and he knocked it right off of O'Neill before it went out the back line. Here's Delshawn Sims, jump stop in the paint, kicked out to Davis. Davis down the lane, no good. Fight for the rebound. Anabadarte gets it and gets himself to the free throw line. Four rebounds for Aitor Anabadarte, looking for his 5th and 6th points. That's the second foul on Justin O'Neill. O'Neill has not played to his usual standards today. He's 0 for 5 from the field. Has not scored. Still, that's arguably their best player, sitting on the bench now with 2 fouls, potentially for the rest of the first half. 6 points for Anabadarte. We're knotted up, 14 all. Just under 7 minutes to play in the first half. Step back 3, A.J. Roseman off the front iron. Offensive rebound and a foul called on the floor. That is the 7th team, the 7th team foul. I got it right. So there's going to be a 1-and-1 for Davide Bembila. Again, sub 50% shooter from the line for the year, but he did make his only attempt so far today. He makes the front end of the 1-and-1. Joey Garwood returns to the floor for Holy Cross. How about Bembila? 3 for 3 on free throws. Holy Cross has a 2-point lead. Delshawn Sims gets the screen from Merrick Small, rolls to the hoop, lays it up with the left hand and scores with Bembila reaching in late. Nice play by Sims. We're tied again. Turnaround with the right is good for Aris Dooney. This game has been turned on its ear a little bit. Nobody could put the ball in the basket for the longest time. Now all of a sudden, both teams are getting hot. Davis to Sims. Up top, Nunnally. Merrick Small drives. Small gets hit on the arm. We'll go to the free throw line. .541 on the clock. Holy Cross by 2. Merrick Small is looking for his first points of the game. He does have a game-high 5 rebounds. But he still hasn't scored. One more free throw to make it a 1-point game. It's been a tough game so far for Small. Typically as sure a shot as there is in the CCAC. Small goes 1 of 2 from the line. Robles with a 1-point lead. Drives on Sims. Pull up from 14 feet is good. Phil Robles has his first points today. Deep 3, Delshawn Sims ties it up. Fourth time we've been tied today, 20-20. 5 minutes to play in the first half. Bembila drives on Anabadarte. Turnaround, no. Offensive rebound. Hostetler blocked from behind by Merrick Small. Third chance is good. Nash Hostetler again. Hostetler's got 9 points. Ramel Davis has gone quiet, scored the first 2 for St. Francis, nothing since. He gets it out to Delshawn Sims, who feeds Davis right back in the post. Davis misses the turnaround. Holy Cross gets it back, ahead by 2. They did not score in the first 6.5 minutes of the game, but now they've got a 2-point lead and they lose the ball out of bounds with 4:12 on the clock. We've got a timeout. I'll be right back. Holy Cross 22, St. Francis 20, getting late in the first half. Nash Hostetler is the leading scorer in today's game with 9 points. He inbounds it to Davide Bembila, to Joey Garwood. Garwood is blocked by Ben Fatz, out of bounds, and last touched by Holy Cross. Good defensive stop out of the timeout by St. Francis. Delshawn Sims lobs right to Anabadarte, who pulls it in. Anabadarte tries to spin around Bembila, lost his footing, but was able to get rid of the ball to Ben Fatz. Fighting Saints tried the alley-oop, didn't work out, but they do keep possession alive. 5 to shoot. Fatz has to put it up. Ben Fatz does not get it off on time. Got the shot to go, but it was a second late. It's a turnover, shot clock violation. Holy Cross gets the ball back ahead by 2. Garwood lost it, got it back. Over to Bembila. Hostetler on the wing. Up top to Phil Robles. Robles bounces underneath the Garwood, and Garwood lays it for 2. First time today that Holy Cross has had a 2-score lead. Here's Aitor Anabadarte. Anabadarte gets it outside to Sims. Joffrey Nunnally with 7 on the shot clock. Fired over to Ben Fatz. Fatz drives on Dooney and lays it in with the shot clock running out. This time he was able to get it off on time. His first 2 points of the game. Robles, quick jump shot on the other side, rattles home. Sims on the wing. Up to Davis, Ramel Davis. Nice drive and finish. 26-24, coming down to the final 2 minutes of the first half. Good cut from Garwood, and Garwood is fouled by Anabadarte. It's number 2 on him, and Joey Garwood will go to the line for 2 shots. Holy Cross is 6 of 8 from the free throw line so far today. Garwood makes the first. Nick Nego, Connor Casper, Don Joachim, Sean Richardson are all back in for the Fighting Saints with exactly 2 minutes to play in the half. Second unit struggled last time they were out there, but Ben Fatz already since his return to the floor has found the scoreboard. Second team comes back in for Holy Cross as well, including Joe Kelly, who's making his first appearance of the day. 28-24. Sean Richardson sets up the St. Francis offense. Casper works against Hostetler. Connor Casper finds Nick Nego. Nego bounces to Ben Fatz at the free throw line. Back to Nego. 3 to shoot. Nego blocked. Here's Roseman taking it the other way. Robles drives along the baseline. Kicks it outside to Garwood. Garwood floats it off the backboard and in. 6-point lead for Holy Cross with 75 seconds to play in the half. Casper over to Nigo. Up top, it's Sean Richardson. Under a minute to play in the half. Richardson gets the screen from Ben Fatz. Lobs it inside for Fatz. Fatz goes up, scores, and gets fouled by Joe Kelly. Nice fake from Fatz. Got Kelly in the air, and he came down on top of him as Fatz scores his second field goal of the game. And now goes to the line to try to make it a three-pointer. Free throw is good, 30-27. See how quickly Holy Cross elects to work on this possession. Roseman passes off to Garwood. Garwood drives on Joachim, who knocks it loose. Nigo takes it away. Fighting Saints can hold on for the final shot if they want it here. Looks like they do. Sean Richardson backs up to half court. 3 seconds separate the shot and game clocks. Nigo over to Fatz. Hand off Connor Casper. Clock is at 8 for Don Joachim. Joachim jacks up a three, misses it. Rebound deflected, and a defensive foul is called on Holy Cross. 6 seconds on the clock. That foul is number 7 on Holy Cross, which puts them over the limit and sends Connor Casper to the line. One and one for Casper. Not a great foul shooter. And he misses the front end. Holy Cross is off and running. 2 seconds to go before halftime. Roseman knocks it in at the buzzer. We've reached the end of the first half. Holy Cross got the buzzer beater from A.J. Roseman. The women's teams played each other just before this. And that one, St. Francis had a 3-point lead before hitting a buzzer beater to go up by 5 at halftime. So exact same scenario in reverse in the men's game. St. Francis basketball as we open the second half. Starters are out there. Aitor Anabadarte picked up his second foul, had to leave late in the first half, but he's back on the floor now, guarded by Nash Hostetler. Anabadarte double teamed and is fouled by Joey Garwood. For Garwood, that's the second foul. Just like the first half, Holy Cross is called for a foul on the opening possession. Inbounded to Merrick Small. He lines it up for three and misses it. Hung around the rim for a while, did not fall. Merrick Small still looking for his first field goal. 62% shooter on the season. 0 for 4 this afternoon. Here comes Robles driving. Robles up with the left hand, missed it. Rebound Small. Here's Delshawn Sims giving it to Small at the top of the key. Hand off back to Sims. Sims misses the three-pointer. Rebound grab by Justin O'Neill. O'Neill steps right into a three-pointer and misses that. So the second half starting a little bit like the first. Neither team able to connect on a shot. Ramel Davis tries to change that. He goes wildly to the rim, can't connect. Here comes Holy Cross. O'Neill driving with the left hand. Justin O'Neill, pull up, turnaround, good. And Justin O'Neill is finally on the board. First points of the game for O'Neill. He missed his first 6 shots. And now a game-high 7-point lead for Holy Cross. Merrick Small Gives it off to Aitor Anabararte. Sims back inside Small, guarded by Aris Dooney. Small takes one dribble, shoots and misses. Ryan Marks wanted a foul call, didn't get it. Joey Garwood out ahead of the pack, flushes it with two hands. Timeout St. Francis, 17:56 to play, second half. Holy Cross scores the first 4 points of the half. They've got a 9-point lead. But it has been a difficult day for the Fighting Saints. One of the best shooting teams in the country. Better than 51% for the season coming in. Today, nothing's going. Except for that, Ramel Davis works his way inside. Davis has his first points of the second half. 6 now for the game. Tied up with Aitor Anabararte for the team lead. Justin O'Neill drives, lays it in. You don't want to let that guy get hot after he's had such a quiet afternoon. If he gets rolling, it opens up new possibilities for Holy Cross. Sims bounces to Anabararte, back out to Delshawn Sims. Up top, Joffrey Nunnally fires the three, and that's good. Out of the timeout, St. Francis has scored on back-to-back possessions. Second three-pointer for Nunnally, he's got 6. 6 for him, 6 for Davis, 6 for Anabararte, 5 for Delshawn Sims. Foul called on Davis. That's number 2 on him. Davis and Anabararte now each have 2. Inbounded to Dooney. O'Neill sets up the offense for Holy Cross. Phil Robles launches a 3, short. Fighting Saints trail by 6. They've scored on their last 2 possessions, trying to make it 3 in a row. Nunnally misses the 3. Anabararte goes high for the rebound. Second chance, Anabararte flips it outside. Nunnally pulls up from 2-point range. That's good. 8 points for Nunnally. Nunnally, who makes a living from the outside, knocks down a rare 2-pointer. That's just the 9th 2-point field goal that he's made this season. Only a 4-point game now. Here's O'Neill. O'Neill trying to get hot, but he comes up short this time. Gets his own rebound, turn around, misses again. So the Saints get the stop. They've scored the last 5 points, trying to make it a real run here to get themselves back in. Sims gives it to Small. Merrick Small misses. Davis there for the follow, and he's fouled by Nash Hostetler from behind. Second foul on Nash Hostetler, who picked one up just 17 seconds into the game. This is his first since. 2 shots for Ramel Davis. First one is good. Connor Casper checks in for Aitor Anabararte. Ramel Davis has 8 points. 38-36 our score. A.J. Roseman checks in for Holy Cross. Roseman played well off the bench in the first half, including that buzzer-beating layup, which at the moment is the difference in the game. I guess you could say that about any field goal that's been made today. That's the difference in the game. Justin O'Neill gives it to Joey Garwood. Garwood works it on Nunnally, backing him down, gets the screen, rolls to his left, and lays it in. Joey Garwood has 12 points. He leads all scorers in this game. Had been a 9-2 run prior to that, 7-0 run for St. Francis. Davis creates some space and scores over Justin O'Neill. Ramel Davis getting hot. He had 4 points in the first half. He already has 6 in the second. Nice find for Dooney, but Dooney is blocked by Merrick Small. Saints have a chance to tie or take the lead. Davis slows it down. Davis creates space, scores again. Similar play to the last possession. Davis is just taking it right at Justin O'Neill, who doesn't want to pick up his third foul. We're knotted up at 40. Fifth time we've been tied today. Dooney misses underneath after the challenge from Nunnally. Here comes Connor Casper. Lobbed in for Merrick Small, and the Saints have the lead. Timeout called by Holy Cross. 14-14 to play. St. Francis 42. Holy Cross 40. So it seemed like they weren't all, I mean, it could happen, but usually they're not all going to stay ice cold the whole game, and they haven't. So now, with the Fighting Saints heating up, we'll see what kind of response Holy Cross has. This is Davide Brembila inside. Hostetler is blocked by Connor Casper. Casper, Richardson, and Fats are all in the game for St. Francis. In the corner, it's Joffrey Nunnally. Around a screen, he bounces to Ben Fats. Fats working against Brembila, no good. Roseman spins into the paint, throws it off the leg of Fats right back to himself, but misses the turnaround. Holy Cross has gone cold. 2 minutes since they've scored. St. Francis is on a 13-2 run. Richardson tries to make it 16-2, and he does. Perfect looking three-pointer for Sean Richardson. Richardson hits his 7th shot of the year. Roseman drives, bounces inside. Brembila has it stripped. Taken away by St. Francis. Davis gives it to Fats, and the Saints slow things down. Joffrey Nunnally lobs it into the post for Ramel Davis, but it's knocked away by Hostetler. Out of bounds, it'll stay with the Fighting Saints. Anabadarte, Joakim, Nigo coming in. Davis, Casper, Nunnally head to the bench. Inbounded to Ben Fats, who hands it to John Joakim. Here's Joakim with 5 to shoot. Drives on O'Neill inside for the layup. It is an 18-2 run for St. Francis. First points today for Don Joakim. Pull-up jumper, Garwood got the roll. Nice little bounce off the front of the rim. First points for Holy Cross in 3 minutes. Far from our longest drought today, but it was long enough for St. Francis to take control of the game. See if they can maintain that control. Up by 5 with 12 minutes to play. Joakim bounces down low to Ben Fats. Fats working one-on-one with O'Neill, spins right around him and scores. 7 points for him. Been a balanced effort today for the Fighting Saints. Only one man in double figures, that's Ramel Davis. Justin O'Neill misses the three-pointer. O'Neill just 2 of 11 from the field. Richardson misses the three-point attempt this time. Brembila comes down with the rebound. Here's Roseman. Roseman drives. Roseman gives it up to Brembila, who's got the layup. Davide Brembila has 7 points. Whistle away from the ball. Foul's called on Joey Garwood. Check that. That is on Davide Brembila. Number 2 on him. number 3 on Holy Cross. Don Joachim backs it up to half court. Over to Nick Nego. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Joachim looking down low, finds Fats. Turnaround, jumper, no. Rimmed out, and Don Joachim was held on the rebound attempt. Foul is called, I believe, on Nash Hostetler. Number 3 on him. Phil Robles is coming in. Hostetler takes a seat. Richardson tries to get the ball in, finally locates Ben Fats. Richardson gets the screen. Gives it up to Fats. Fats going one-on-one with Dooney, spins to the basket and lays it in. Ben Fats now has 9 points, 27 in his last 2 games, after averaging about 3 per game coming in to Tuesday. Brembila going hard against Annabet Arte, flips it in with the left hand. That was not an easy bucket for Davide Brembila. Cuts the deficit to 5. Here's Fats again in the post. This time he gives it up to Nego. Down to the corner, Richardson, open 3, it's short. And the rebound is grabbed by Phil Robles. Under 10 minutes to play, St. Francis in front. Runner is no good from Roseman. Saints on the move, it's Richardson traveling. Yeah, Richardson jumped in the air and tried to lob it off for Don Joachim, but his foot touched the ground before he got rid of the ball. So that is a travel against St. Francis, a turnover. Their 6th of the game. And it takes us to a timeout. Here's Roseman. A.J. Roseman moves to his right. Guarded by Joachim the whole way. Passed off to the right. Garwood, deep 3, no. Joachim is there for the rebound. Here's Richardson into the paint, shoveled out to Fats, now Joachim. Cross to Richardson, Nick Nego for 3. He hits, and Nick Nego is on the board. It had been a rough shooting day for him. He missed his first 4 shots, but like much of the team, he has started to turn it around. 3 points for him. Brembila has a high arcer that falls prettily through the net to give him 11 points. Good game today for Davide Brembila off the bench. Second Holy Cross player in double figures in this game. Nego tries to make it 2 in a row, but it's an air ball. Roseman backs up beyond the 3-point line. Here's Garwood. Garwood's pass deflected by Casper. Good ball work by Joachim to keep the play alive. Richardson in the corner for Nego. Back to Richardson. Joachim thought about the 3, steps inside the arc, and backs it out. Shot clock under 10. Joachim fires the 3 and drains it. Early this half, St. Francis trailed by 9. Now they have a 9-point lead. They've outscored Holy Cross 30-12. Drive from Garwood. Garwood fights it up through contact and gets himself to the line. So Garwood is at the line, where he's made both of his attempts so far today. First free throw is good. The foul was the first of the game on Ben Fats. Just the second this half on St. Francis. 4 of 5 starters return to the floor for the Fighting Saints. Connor Casper remains out there in place of Aitor Anabadarte. Garwood makes his second free throw. 57-50, 7:20 to play. Holy Cross extends their defense a little bit here. 2-man press. Connor Casper is able to get it across the timeline with 2 seconds to spare. Here's Davis. Davis working against Justin O'Neill. 5 on the shot clock. Davis off the glass, no good. Robles tries the 3, good. And Holy Cross pulls back within 4. 5 straight points for Holy Cross come at a big moment. And St. Francis was ready to put their stamp on this game. Holy Cross not going down quietly. Nunnally over to Davis on the left side. 10 to shoot for Merrick Small. Small, 1 dribble, puts it up and misses. Thought his arm was hit on the play, but didn't get the call. Robles drives, leaner, no good. Under 6 minutes to play. Delshawn Sims is fouled by Phil Robles. Five fouls on Holy Cross. St. Francis has committed only 2. Delshawn Sims gets the screen. Sims pulls up in the paint, loses the ball, and it's scooped up by Hostetler. Here's A.J. Roseman. Roseman leaps back, long 2, no good. Offensive rebound, Nash Hostetler. Hostetler comes up short, and Casper grabs the rebound. Joffrey Nunnally at half court. Hands off to Ramel Davis. Nunnally down the lane, kicks it out to Casper. Shot clock is at 7 for Davis, looking for the screen for Merrick Small. Davis uses the screen, drives to his left, loses the ball, out of bounds, and it's going the other way. Even if that one had been touched last by Holy Cross, would have been a shot clock violation. 4:54 to play in the second half. Fighting Saints come out with Sims, Fats, Davis, Anabadarte, and Nunnally. Four-point deficit for Holy Cross with the ball. Swung around to Hostetler. Bounced inside. It's Dooney. Aris Dooney up off the rim and in. Just a 2-point game. Second field goal today for Aris Dooney. Sims on the wing. Up to Nunnally. Davis bounces into Anabadarte. Aitor Anabadarte faces the basket, fires the shot, and scores. Saints snap a drought of nearly 3.5 minutes. And they give themselves a 4-point lead. Garwood kicks it outside to Roseman. Half the shot clock gone for O'Neill. Aris Dooney scored on the last possession. He's got the ball in the post, going one-on-one with Fats, trying to make it 2 scores in a row. Off the backboard, no good, and a foul is called on Holy Cross. That's the 6th on Holy Cross. It's the 4th on Nash Hostetler. Hostetler leaves, Robles comes back in. Just about 3.5 minutes to go in the game, so Hostetler, who has not scored in the second half, probably will not be on the bench for too long. Sims gets it to Davis. Davis backs in on O'Neal, fires out to Sims, 3-pointer, good. A big time 3 from Delshawn Sims off the pass from Davis. And the lead is back up to 7. It's been as big as 9, dropped down to 2, but now back up to 7 points. Spinning inside, O'Neal, no good. Here comes Delshawn Sims flying and blocked by Garwood. Loose ball, secured by Roseman. They've got numbers. O'Neal runs right into Anabadarte, and a foul called on Aitor Anabadarte. It was 3-on-1. Justin O'Neal tried to pull up quickly and get Aitor Anabadarte to blow past him, but Anabadarte was very disciplined, held his ground, and O'Neal forced it up and got the contact. First free throw misses. Still sitting at just 4 points today. 2 of 12 from the field. This is his first trip to the line. Usually a lights out free throw shooter, but just hasn't been his day. He makes 1 of 2 and leaves in favor of Davide Brambilla. Here's Delshawn Sims. Anabadarte over to Ben Fatz. 2.5 minutes to play. Aitor Anabadarte along the baseline, kicks to Ben Fatz. 7 on the shot clock. Fatz backs in. Fatz spins around 2 defenders, and he took an extra step. Six-point game. Holy Cross basketball. It's Roseman. Brambilla looking down low, well defended. Has to keep it outside instead. Joey Garwood steps behind the three-point line and misses his shot short. Gets his own rebound and lays it in. Good stick-to-itiveness from Joey Garwood. Garwood's got 18 points. Here's Delshawn Sims. Walking it off to the right. Sims looks for Anabadarte, finds him. 6 on the shot clock. Anabadarte against Garwood, fouled on the floor. Aitor Anabadarte will go to the free throw line. 89 seconds to play. St. Francis is in free throw mode now. Quiet day for Anabadarte. He's a solid 3 of 4 from the field. Hasn't had a ton of opportunities, just 8 points. They've defended him well. 8.7 rebounds. It's been an efficient day. First time at the line, and he makes the front end of a 1-and-1. Check that, it's the second time at the line. He made 2 free throws back in the first half. But now 3 of 3 shooting free throws, and this one would put him in double figures if he gets it. He does get it. 64-58. He's got 10 points, 7 boards. Sean Richardson checks in for defense for the Saints. Roseman Hand off to Garwood. Garwood drives. Garwood comes up short on the layup. And Anabadarte scoops up the loose ball. Hostetler is called for his 5th foul. Nash Hostetler just checked back into the game. He picked up his 4th foul a little over 2 minutes ago. Just came back off the bench and immediately he fouls Richardson and has to check out of the game. So Hostetler's done after 32 minutes, 9 points. All of them came in the first half. And Richardson will try to help put this game away from the free throw line. 9 of 10 from the line so far this year, but he misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Anabadarte grabs the rebound. Saints will try to run a little bit more clock. Nunnally bounces to Anabadarte, and he's fouled by Justin O'Neill. 1:02 on the clock. Aitor Anabadarte was just at the line a few seconds ago. I said it was a quiet day. Well, he's on the verge of a double-double now. He's got 10 points. He's up to 9 rebounds after grabbing 1 on either end of the floor. Front end is good. The last 1-and-1 for St. Francis. The next foul would give them 2 shots. Second shot makes it an 8-point lead, 66-58. Don Joachim comes in on defense for Ramel Davis. And Holy Cross needs to score here. Roseman drives. Roseman all the way to the basket, lays it in. And a timeout called by Tyler Bradick. But we'll see what Tyler Bradick has planned. They'll try to get the turnover first. St. Francis has no trouble getting it in. Next step to get it across half court. And before they can do that, Robles reaches in on Davis and fouls him. That was the 10th foul, so that means 2 shots for Davis. .83% free throw shooter, 2 for 2 at the line today. He makes the first one. So it is a 3-score game. But because of the quick foul, still 50.7 seconds on the clock. One more shot here for Davis. He makes it, and now he'll leave as Ryan Mark continues to play the offense-defense game with Davis and Joachim. 68-60. Again, Holy Cross has got to act quickly. They did last time, got an easy 2. See if Roseman can do it again here, driving on Futz, blocked from behind by Aitor Anabadarte. They tried to make it happen quickly. Anabadarte wouldn't let them. It's still Holy Cross ball, 45.8 on the clock. Quick 3, Joey Garwood off the rim, no good. Rebound, Don Joachim, he's fouled. And we're getting close to game over here. If he makes both of these free throws, 10-point game with 40 seconds left, barring a miracle. It's pretty much a done deal. So Joachim is trying to give the Saints their biggest lead of the afternoon. He makes the first one. It's a 9-point lead. This matches the biggest advantage that the Saints have had today, that either Saints have had. And the second one makes it a 10-point game. So that should do it as long as the Saints don't do anything foolish here. Roseman steps up to the 3-point line, finds Brembila. 3-pointer is way off. Rebound Anabadarte. That's his 10th of the game. Nunnally has it. Roseman knocks it loose. Back to Nunnally across half court. And I think Holy Cross is going to let him dribble it out now. They came down to the final minute for Holy Cross. They needed to get a shot off, any kind of shot. And so Davide Brembila, who is not typically a three-point shooter, jacked one up way off. And the Fighting Saints are going to let the shot clock run out here. There's still another second and a half of game action. And everybody's just going to say, who cares?